go with this direction for today just to mix things up. Hello, greetings from, we're in Bangkok finally, yay. This is actually the last country we're gonna be in before we head to the US, so we are excited about that. We actually have tons of stuff to share with you guys. Let's see, last live, we were in Vietnam. We were not in Vietnam. We were in the Philippines. My brain is everywhere. We were in the Philippines. And from then to now, this is the second country we've been to since the last live, because we stopped for a day in Singapore because we wanted to stay at the Crown Plaza at the Changi airport there for a runway view room. We got a good deal on one, so we decided to do that. If you saw my stories, you probably saw some pictures of the room on our Instagram and on our Facebook pages. So there's some pictures on there. I'll be adding some more to the stories because I fell behind because we were moving around so much. So anyways, we are here now in Bangkok for the next 2 months, and then we're coming to the US. Yay! So we're excited about that.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We're actually in the same apartment we were in 5 and 6 months ago, so that's great. Very familiar. Hello to everyone. Thank you for saying hello. I love that you all are saying where you're from, where you're saying hello from.
I do like that.
That's awesome to see where everybody is from. So it makes us feel close to home. So many people from, I see Arizona, Southern California, Santa Fe, New Mexico. That is awesome. So I see Robert's in New York City. We're going to a lot of those cities when we come back.
That's right.
I know Amtrak goes through there. So
you know we'll be taking trains in the US.
So today, hello from LA. That's where our daughter is.
Our daughter lives there. We'll be there. That's actually the first place we'll be visiting when we get back.
Los Angeles. A lot of
Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, funny story. We went to Tulsa, Oklahoma when we had regular jobs and our kids were little, and our daughter fell in love with it, and she forever was obsessed with Tulsa. And we thought it was lovely, but we couldn't understand why she was so in love with it. It was just really funny. She was always talking about going back to Tulsa, but that's just a fun little side story about Tulsa.
We still haven't figured it out.
We still haven't.
So we have a ton of stuff to talk to you about today. And you can drop your questions in the chat, and I will try to read them, and we'll get answers to them as well. Whatever you want to talk about, but we're going to be talking about a lot of our travel mistakes and some of the biggest mistakes we've ever made, how you can avoid those. But first, super exciting news, because there is an update on the IHG point sale, and I know that a lot of you took advantage of this, but some of you still have not probably been able to do this. And we just got an email today that the IHG, now the IHG, if you don't know, stands for like Holiday Inn, Intercontinental, Crown Plaza, that hotel chain. They're extending the point sale until July the 3rd, which I've never seen them do this before. So that's pretty cool. We always buy the maximum points every year. We do have a link in the description where you can buy those. The link is very hard to find. People say they can't find the link. So it is an incredible deal to buy the points if you haven't gotten them yet. Because if you have the IHG Premier credit card, you get the 4th night free when you book with points. And that pretty much always, unless they just have a ridiculous high rate for some reason, makes the points a much better deal than cash. So we always book IHG with points. I wanted to go over a couple things. We've gotten a lot of questions. Just want to go over it here with you on the best way to do this. So you'll see it in the app when you have your points. You need to be searching in blocks of 4 nights. That's when you'll get the best discount. So search 4 nights, 8 nights, 12 nights, 16 nights, things like that. Then you get the best deal. You do not have to have the credit card when you buy the points. You only have to have the card when you book the room. So if you have neither right now, you could buy the points. If you get approved for the card in the next couple days, and you don't have it yet, you could still buy the points and then just book the rooms once you actually get the card. The next thing is that it doesn't matter which card you use to buy the points, because it does not code as travel. So you won't get bonus points for using your IHG card to actually buy the points. The card is only available to U.S. residents, unfortunately for our Canadian friends. And then we have seen that some people are only seeing a 60% bonus, and they've dropped a lot of comments in the comment section of one of our videos. Now, most people, I'd say probably 80-90% of the people are getting the 100% bonus. Maybe 10% are getting the 60% bonus. So that's just at random. You never know which one you're going to be selected for. Both of our accounts show the 100. So if you do see the 100, it is a great time to get it, because they will do the sale again, probably in December, but you might only get the 60 or the 80% bonus at that time. And I did see a question about points expiring. They don't expire if you are active. If you have the card, you have the platinum status, they will not expire. So that's the deal. We just got the email like a couple hours ago.
Literally just got it today.
Yeah, that they extended this till July the 3rd. So check in and see if you can do that if you haven't yet. So that was a lot of info.
That was a lot of info.
But that's important to a lot of people. We actually just stayed 16 nights at the Crown Plaza. 10,800 points. It was $54 a night. And it was amazing. So you can't beat that. So
it was amazing, yeah. And if you didn't, I did a video tour. It's over on Travel Asia with Allie. I did a full tour of the hotel and all of the lounge services and the suite upgrade that we got. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out on Travel Asia with Allie.
Yeah, so that is the points. Yeah, that was a lot of info. So I'm gonna start reading your questions now too, and we'll get in. So if you have questions about, you can ask them about the IHG points or mistakes, things like that, if you want as well. We're gonna start getting into some of the mistakes that we have made in long-term travel.
Yeah, we've made a lot of mistakes, especially at the very beginning, mostly. So we are going to share some of the worst mistakes, but before we kind of jump into that, we're going to talk a little bit also about the fact that we did struggle with some things at the very beginning, and just things that we needed to learn along the way. There we go, I'm more in it now. Things that we just learned along the way. So before we jump into those mistakes, let me share with you one of the reasons why we were in Manila for so long but didn't do a lot of stuff is because we were putting all of those mistakes and everything we learned together into a course for you guys. So we have a brand new course out. It actually released today, hot off the presses, straight from us finishing this all up in Manila. And so this course is going to have live Q&As in it for us to answer like your specific questions, as well as we have an online community within the course itself, where you can chat up with other course participants as well as with us. We're going to be also hosting meetups and group trips for the course participants, and we also put together what we call our trusted friends list. And this is a list that was born out of this list was born out of a lot of the mistakes that we made, and some ways to help you guys avoid some of these by having this information up front. So things like, lodging, like where should you stay, what areas, and like drivers and guides and just service providers in all these different countries. There's so much information out there, and we just really wanted to pull in the best information that we could find, put it all together into this course. So we're so excited to have this done. We have been working on it for forever. Finally, we said we need to find a place where we could sit and film this and put it all together for you guys. And that's what we were doing in Manila all that time. People kept asking us, they're like, well, aren't you gonna go here? Aren't you gonna do this? No, because we already have a plan, but we were keeping it under wraps to surprise you guys with it, and share it with you here. The course is called Retirement Travel Jumpstart, and it is going to be just that. If you are thinking about doing retirement travel, if you are gonna start it soon, or if you just started it, this is for you. This is really gonna give you the Jumpstart, which is why we called it that you need, instead of having to go through all the hassle that we went through.
Exactly. And the other thing about it is, if you already have our YouTube course, there is a coupon code in there. We put it in there today. So make sure you check that out because you will get a discount if you already have the YouTube course. So it is going to be awesome. It is basically everything we've learned in the last 6 years traveling. And we have learned and made so many mistakes. And this is the culmination of that to help you not make all those mistakes. So let's jump into our first mistake, and then we're gonna answer all your questions. The first mistake we talked about was we were denied a visa to Vietnam, and that was just this year when we went there like 4 months ago. We were denied a visa to Vietnam, and it was a mistake. It was my mistake, actually. And the funny thing is, it was the second time we'd been to Vietnam, and the first time we went, I did the visa right. Second time, I did it wrong. And it was like, that's how bad it is. You'd think you would know, but there was things we just didn't know, like that were important to do, and we didn't do them, and I just got lucky the first time. So you can tell everybody how that went and how we rectified it. And I'm gonna start looking at some questions.
Yeah,
here.
well, what happened was, we usually set everything up, and then the day that we check in for our flight, we usually check everything. Do we have transportation to and from the airport? Do we have transportation to and from the airport on the other end? Check in for flights, all that kind of stuff. Recheck, lodging, all those things. And then on this case, where there's a visa involved, then we also check the visa. When we went in to check the visa, this was 2 days before our flight. Went in to check the visa 2 days before our flight, and we never got any kind of information from them, but we logged back into the account because you have to bring a printed copy with you. We logged into the account, and it said that it was denied, and we were like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So did some research and found a great visa agent, and we were able to get our visa within the hour from this agent, which is incredible. Don't worry, we added this person to our trusted friends list, and we had absolutely no problems whatsoever after that. I was out and printing it real quick before anything changed, so that we would be all set for our trip to Vietnam. So that was really good.
Yeah, it was very stressful for me. I was
so
like,
stressful.
Robert, the coupon code should be at the very last module in the YouTube course. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the course, and there should be a chapter called coupon codes, I think, something like that. If you can't find it, let me know, and I'll email it out to everybody in the course later today as well. That was probably the most stressful visa situation. We also had another situation where our visa got revoked when we were going to India.
That's right. That was, I'll tell you the date and you could figure the rest out. It was March of 2020. Actually, we had one to India and Vietnam, both confirmed. We were going to those two countries back to back. We had 2 visas confirmed, and then we actually received emails that they were then revoked in March of 2020.
Let's see, I got a couple questions here.
Okay.
There's a lot of them, so if I missed it, I didn't mean to, but I'm going to try to get to as many as I can here. Pretty Mom's asking, if a room is 10,000 points a night and you book 4, it will only cost 30,000 points. That is correct. And if it carries on every multiple of 4, so you could do it for 8, 12, or 16. So that is great. What are the luxury brands for IHG? So that's Intercontinental and Six Senses. What do you think about the Intercontinental? We've been done a lot of Intercontinentals. What's your opinion of those?
Yeah, and we like them so much. We actually have several booked in the U.S. as well, so it'll be good a comparison overseas Intercontinental versus U.S. version of Intercontinental as well.
Yeah. Also, Kimpton Hotel Goddess. Thank you. Kimpton is. We don't stay at Kimpton.
Not usually.
Much because they don't usually have lounges overseas, or at least the ones we don't.
Yeah.
We stay at don't. So, do you both have 5 cards between the two of you, or 5 each? I think credit cards is what they're talking about. So we don't like get like second cards. Like if she gets a card, I don't become an authorized user on that card. I get my own card of either that. Sometimes I get one of that same one or something else. And simply because if we've had a problem, like if a card, you get a fraud alert or something on a card and they shut down the main card, they will also shut down the secondary card.
Yeah.
Monica says she's getting a pedicure right now, a lot more expensive than Thailand. Yeah.
I did get one in Manila and it was $12 US. And it was actually a pedicure and a manicure, but I just get the manicure with no paint. I don't like any color on my nails, on my hands, but I did get color on my toes.
Josh is 4 nights away from IHG Diamond. Congratulations. It's going to be awesome. We just got
We
that.
just got ours, so you'll be so excited when you get that one.
Peter wants to know, do you think the current Hilton 100% point bonus is worth purchasing?
The current, what, Hilton?
The Hilton price bonus is worth purchasing.
Well, we don't normally stay at Hilton's that often. If it's someplace where, like for us personally, we wouldn't do it, but we don't normally stay at a lot of Hilton's. But if you do, then it would be worth it for you, but we don't normally do that.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it is good for the priority, the lounge alone. Robert's saying there's I'm gonna go look at the price of the course. He's saying it's a little different when you get in there. Let's see. Did you get the 60-day VOA entering Bangkok?
No.
Jimmy wants to know. No,
We did
not
not.
yet.
That's not. It's not been in the Royal Gazette yet. I know it's been talked a lot about in different groups, so it's not official yet. So unfortunately, no.
Okay, Robert's updated it. The price was correct.
Oh, okay.
So, thank you, Robert. Let's see. It's funny because there's a question down here and I can't see it all until it moves up when the way the screen is.
I think
blocking
it says, "Are there any other
YouTubers?" I can't read that.
like you?
What's
Are
the
there any other YouTubers like you? I don't know.
None probably that have the same mix of channels that we have. It's kind of an odd mix. We have like, the Amtrak channel, and then we have this channel, and we have the Asia channel. So that's probably, and we have a cruise channel too, but we lately we don't post on that. What's the difference between the IHG card, the free one, or the one with the annual fee? That is a good question. I've never answered that one before, and I think it's that with the free card, you don't get the free night every year. So with the annual fee, I think it's $95. You get a free night certificate, and so that's worth more than $95. So it is worth getting the card. So
Yeah, because you already get a free night, which is really nice. Plus, you get the platinum status. You get that 4th free night. It's a really good bonus. It's definitely worth it. You make that money back easily.
yeah, Pam's asking about which cards you would both want to get one of. So any card that totally pays for itself, that you don't have overlapping benefits, like for instance, we don't both need the priority pass because it's good for 2 people. So you don't both need to have the Amex Platinum, because with the Amex Platinum, you get like gold status at Marriott, but since we're always together, we don't both need gold status and we don't both need priority pass. So that one really wouldn't make sense for us to both have one. But like on one where it's like the IHG card, that free night that you get is worth more than $95. So yeah, most of the hotel cards are kind of like that, where it's like they're giving you a free night, and the way that hotel prices are going, it's worth having a bunch of them. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They've all got their different perks.
Yeah.
such.
Robert, I'll send you a link to the coupon after, or I'll try to put it at the top of the course so it's a little easier. I'll double check it too. It's possible that I messed up putting it in there, so I'll look at that too here in a minute. Let's see. A lot of other travel couples in their 30s. Yeah, there are quite a few. So let's see.
Can we name the 60 countries?
Can we name the
I mean,
60 countries?
Yeah, we could. I don't know that I could list them off like this very second, but if I'm looking at the map, I could tell you the ones that we've been to. And I don't think we've ever been one that we would never go to again. It's just a matter of how far up in the rotation we would put it of places we would go back to. Which is why when people ask us like if we're planning on going to every country, the answer is always no, because there's no way that we'll live long enough to go to all the countries that we want to go to and spend the amount of time that we want to spend in each. Plus, we obviously end up going to some countries more than once, and some of them, like Thailand, more than once in the same year. So yes, we can name them, but not like straight off by memory. Like I could tell you the whole list right now. I had to have a map in front of me and tell you that way.
It's easier to name the ones you like, but we've basically been everywhere we wanted to go, I think, at this point.
Just about. There's only a few places.
Very
left
few.
at the
We
top
want to
of
go
the
to
list.
Cambodia. We haven't been there. We do want to go to India. We have not been there because of the visa getting
That
canceled.
got messed up and got derailed.
And where else do we want to go that we haven't been?
We were just talking about it too. Now I can't remember. Well, there's several countries in Africa on our list as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we want to go to the continent of Antarctica.
Yeah, we want to do a safari in Africa. So, and we want to go to South Africa also. Let's see. Retired Chris, do they offer hotel business cards? Yes, they do. And those are also good. So if you qualify, we actually have one of them. That's a business card. It's good.
Yeah.
The Marriott business card actually gives you like a 7% discount if you're paying a cash rate. So if you pay a lot of cash rates, that'd be a good one. Let's see. Ted's talking about, or maybe he's replying about expedited passport offices in San Diego. Yeah, it is getting that's why we got our passport renewed in Malaysia, because it's hard to find where we're going to be going, an expedited office, but you have to make sure you plan that out.
Yeah, it's harder to renew when we're in the U.S. because it takes so long and you don't know how long it's going to be, so it's hard to plan when to move on, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into our second mistake real quick, because we have quite a few. I'm going to jump to this one. I'm going to jump to this one here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we made a mistake very recently. It was like 3 months ago. We were going to Japan, and we forgot to bring, we didn't double check our medication, and we didn't have enough with us. And that's a big mistake, because Japan is the one country that you cannot forget your medication, because you cannot they won't fill you basically anything without going to a doctor. So we were in some trouble there, and
we had to kind of jerry-rig some holdovers with some of the over-the-counter stuff. But it's very strict on prescription medication, whereas most countries that we travel to, we have absolutely no problem getting our prescription medication. You don't even have to show them the prescription. You just show up and, tell them what it is that you want. Oftentimes I just find the word of the name, like the real name of the medication. I have it on my phone and show it to the pharmacist at at whatever country we're at, and they just pull that medication out and sell it to me. Whereas, obviously I would need a prescription, like if I'm at home or whatever. So most of the countries we go to, that's not a problem. But for countries like Japan, it's a lot harder, because you have to have a prescription, and you have to have a prescription from a Japanese doctor. So that one gets a little bit tricky. Normally we would stock up on places where we're going so that we are covered. We totally didn't think about that in Japan. But we do have in our course, we do go over in the countries what are some things that like you need to stock up on, or things that you can't get in certain countries.
Yeah. It was my medication, and so they tried to give us like all this little, I don't know, what do you call them, like?
Yeah, just like over-the-counter stuff,
Over-the-counter
but
stuff?
really it was really the equivalent of like not even children's medication, like what you would give maybe a baby, I think.
But it was like, it tasted like cinnamon, so it was kind of like doing the cinnamon challenge, we called it, but it wasn't great. So Ted,
I had no
you.
idea because I didn't try it.
Ted has just become a diamond member. So
Ooh,
thank
welcome,
you.
Ted.
Welcome, Ted. Thank you. That's awesome. Some talk about Africa on here, and yeah, we've looked at the train. There's a train in South Africa, Rovos Rail. We have looked at that very, very extensively. Have not pulled the trigger on it though, but it does look pretty cool. We're thinking about pairing that with some other stuff. So
Yeah, well, when we were looking at it before, unfortunately, there was some trouble with the trains and they had to do some repairs and stuff, so then we had to change our trip. Happens all the time when you're planning on something, and then once you get deeper into the planning, you realize, oh gosh, that's not gonna work because of, X thing.
yeah, we have also been to Egypt quite a few times. We've been on cruises there. To some different places and enjoyed that. So, Jeffrey's done the Rovos.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
awesome.
We're dying to go to Tanzania, and we want to just go to the Serengeti. So that's the basic rundown now.
Morocco, we've talked about Morocco
Oh, yeah,
some
Morocco.
too. Zimbabwe, yeah.
It's surprising
There's a
we've never
few.
made it to Morocco yet.
And we actually have several friends in Kenya, which we could just go see, but yeah, there's so much to do still.
Yes, it's a great place. We've talked about going there since we were young. And,
Really forever.
Joe was asking, is there a community like this for the YouTube course? There isn't one yet. We don't have that yet. Mauritius, yeah, that is technically Africa.
Correct.
What's been your favorite country you visited so far?
Our favorite so far, probably the one we're sitting in right now, in Thailand.
Christy wants to know, I'm retiring for 5 years. Should I get the cards now to start getting points? As long as they're ones that you can justify the annual fee on, then it's good to go ahead and get them because then you're just racking up the points. So you don't want to not be getting points. So like, that's why people do the IHG a lot of time, because you get the free night certificate and it's worth, the $200 that you spend. So it's a good one. So that's one I would get. You don't need to get the ones that are good for the lounges unless you are going to be like actually going, which is the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So I would hold off on those until you are ready to go.
Yes.
Let's go with another mistake we made. And which one do you want to do? This one?
Sure.
Go for it.
I think the next one was not using points sooner. I think that has been such a huge game changer in the last few years, is actually keeping track of them and using them in our favor, not only because it saves you money, but it makes travel a lot more comfortable and a lot more pleasant, in all honesty. And if you're on this channel, you're probably in our age range, and the older you get, you just want to be comfortable. And this has really helped us out a lot. We talk about this some in the course as well, the new course. It's just made a big difference, hasn't it, to just have those points and be able to use that towards lodging, and then on top of that to be able to have the lounge access as well and get food with that. That's been pretty great.
Yeah. So I did want to update you on our travel schedule too, because we are coming home very soon, and we are going to be hopefully being able to do some meetups, and it looks like we're going to be in New York City, basically anywhere where there's an Amtrak station. So we're going to be hitting the coast and Atlanta also, which is a good place. So we're super excited about that, because one of the things that we really want to do is take that next step of being able to help people live this lifestyle, because there's so much that goes into it. And part of it is the confidence you gain when you meet people and you talk to people face to face, because we're actually meeting some people that we've met in this lifestyle this coming week. That might be a little surprise. It is actually another YouTuber we're going to be meeting up with here in Bangkok. And it's just fun. Like, it's fun to know people that are doing what you're doing. And that's the thing that we think that this community can bring to people, is once you start knowing people, and we're also wanting to do a trip where people can come, it just makes it so much better, because we've met so many people along the way, and we're excited for, it takes the fear out of it, is what it does. It takes the fear out of being out there, not having anybody that you can contact. We have people we contact all the time, like, what would you do about this? What would you do about this? And it makes you, it puts your mind at ease, really.
Yeah, it's really nice just having people that understand, your lifestyle too, and, don't tell you that you're crazy every time that you talk to them, and just kind of easy to kind of do things with. It just fits right in. So we do really enjoy that. We're really looking forward to meeting more people as we go along.
I see that some of you are tracking who else is in Bangkok. So I don't want to give anything away, but
you may or may not be right. Wink, wink.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, because like Bangkok is like everybody comes to Bangkok if you travel. So if you come to Bangkok, you're gonna meet people.
And the odds you're gonna run into somebody here are usually pretty high.
Yeah. So that's. What do you think about IHG requiring a paid room to get real lounge access? That's not the case. We've never paid a rate, and we basically have had lounge access. Now, it is the case at the Regent brand on IHG only. That's kind of like one of their real swanky brands. And what they do at the Regent is they actually have two lounges, which is kind of tricky.
They have like a fake out lounge.
They have a fake out lounge if you have the 40-night access, which is what we have. And they have another like ultra luxury lounge if you're paying a super high rate. But that is only at the Regent. And that is the only place we've ever run into that. So if you're at the Intercontinental or Crown Plaza or any of those, you will get access to the lounge. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert, that is, person-to-person interaction has meant everything to us, and that's why we like seeking people out and meeting. When we go back to the States, we meet up with a lot of people, because it really does help you. It grounds for lack of a better term for our channel name, it grounds your life in travel. And it's a funny story, because that's what the whole grounded life travel was supposed to be, is that your life is grounded in travel. Now, what happened was, it ended up that a lot of our videos were about trains. And so people always think that grounded life travel means that we don't like to fly. But that's not what it means. It means that your life is grounded in travel, and that's really done by meeting people. So.
Yeah, now that's only like slightly right. We don't love to fly, but not because we care too much, just because it's such a huge hassle, but not because, we don't want to fly. Although I don't love it like from a scared point of view, because if I don't like heights. But for some reason, planes are okay. I don't know why that is, and I can't explain that to you, because I can't explain it to myself. But yeah, only partially true, really.
Yeah. We're gonna, once we get our travel schedule figured out, we're gonna be posting where we're gonna be doing meetups in the U.S. But definitely we'll be doing them there. So that's gonna be good. We don't have exact dates yet, but it's going to be this fall, and we'll be going to quite a few places. So, Hotel Goddess is talking about stocks. We don't talk about stocks that much on here, but we are still investing, and there's some old videos on the stocks, and maybe we'll do another one at some point. But yeah, you're not afraid of flying.
No.
People saying.
Am I afraid of flying? No, I was saying for some reason I'm scared of heights, but there's certain heights that don't bother me. For example, we're on the 39th floor in this apartment with a gorgeous view out the window, and I'm not scared to stand directly at the window and like look out. Like that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me being in a plane. Like that doesn't scare me. It's for, I don't know really how to explain it, but it's like outside heights. Like if I'm outside, if I had a balcony and was outside, like, you know, there was just like me and a railing, then that would scare me if I was 39 floors up. But for some reason, just like the barrier of the window doesn't scare me, and like being actually inside a plane, like I feel safe. Yeah, it's kind of a weird heights fear.
Thank you, Kimberly. Appreciate that. It's a big fan. So watch all our videos. Let's see. Jessica says, you seem to nail your hotel selections. How do you find them? And that's a good question, because we do a lot of searching, and then we watch YouTube videos on them. But the real thing there is it's really about finding a great hotel at a great price, and that's what people miss out on, is the price. And we've spent years kind of perfecting what the best way to search each brand is, and so that's where people are super inefficient and they make a mistake of losing money. Like if you just save 10% a year on your bookings, whether it's Airbnb or hotel, you know, you're saving $2,000 to $3,000 a year, and that's super important. It has to do with whether you're going in high season, low season, whether you're booking with points or cash, and whether you are, you know, how you're finding them, and that and the order you do them in. So that's a super long answer to give here on this, but yeah, that all that is in the course that we did, and that's why, because that's like I did an hour just on that, because it's a super important part of how you save money and how you perfect that.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is sometimes people will comment like, oh, you know, like the math isn't right because I looked at this place, you know, on some date and it wasn't the same rate. It's like the rates are not the same across the board, whether you're using points or, you know, paying the cash rate. Rates change throughout the year, throughout the seasons. Different countries have different holidays that you may not know about that are going to affect those rates. So when you're trying to like compare rates, you shouldn't, because, you know, against like something we're doing, because it's something that we booked, you know, like months ago, sometimes 6 months ago. And that's just when you're doing the math on stuff, you're doing the math, you know, moving forward. Sometimes you get crazy deals, or like, you know, you get a super sale, like on 11/11 sale, stuff like that. All that stuff comes into play.
Yeah, exactly. How far in advance should we purchase YouTube equipment for April, June of next year? You probably don't need the equipment until you're actually gonna film. You probably would want it, like, you know, I would get it to test it a month or two before you're gonna film, but it depends on what you're doing though, because like if you're traveling or something like that, you definitely, if you're gonna be doing something like you're vlogging, you don't want to miss chances to film footage. That was another mistake we made when we first started traveling. We weren't filming everything, so we missed so many videos that we could have made because we were just taking pictures.
Yeah, that was a big bummer for those, and we did some pretty epic stuff too. Those first, I mean, we're doing amazing stuff, I feel like now, but we did some things that we didn't repeat back then, and we're like trying to replan some of it because we're just like, gosh, I really want to go back, and because not just for the YouTube though, but like for us too. I felt like we watch sometimes, you know, our old footage that's saved on like our GoPro thing of videos of places that we've been. We're like, oh, do you remember on that trip that we did this, this cool hike or whatever? And at one point we had a drone for a while before it became an issue legally and all that kind of stuff with traveling with one. We had a drone for a while when it was all good and you could use it in most places. And, we had some cool drone footage, and we remembered, crazy things we had to do to get cool drone footage, and all those kinds of things, like in places like Scotland and Faroe Islands, and oh my goodness, and Iceland, Norway, a lot of cool places, to fly the drones. But anyways, that's my spiel.
Yeah, I would get the equipment just to play around with it and make sure you know how to use it, because like our very first Amtrak ride, we were filming it, and we filmed the whole thing in time-lapse mode. So it was
You shouldn't have said that while I was drinking water.
It's like the worst possible thing you could do. So
like, who wants to watch an entire video of a train ride in time-lapse? It was so bad.
yeah, so you just want to make
Don't
sure.
worry, we weren't dumb enough to put it on YouTube.
I think I put a little bit of it on one video.
Well, one piece was fine. We did use a clip of it, but we didn't do like a whole video.
Yeah, not the whole video.
It was like, duh.
But that's like, yeah, you got to get your equipment and learn it.
Absolutely.
Where are drones a problem? Yeah, they're a problem a lot of places.
In a lot more places. Now, actually, some of the places that we were with the drone, you can't take the drone. Like, they have different laws now in Iceland. They have different laws now in Scotland. In the Middle East, it's very challenging. A lot of places, they'll just take it from you and put it in a locker. Lots of places like that. There's a lot of places where you can. And actually, technically, you can't in most places because of like, airspace laws and things like that. But a lot of times, footage you see on drones are a lot of times taken illegally. So there's just so many legalities and problems with the drones. We just sold them both and moved on with our lives.
Yeah, the best is to use them like if you're super remote. I mean, you can go through. I just got tired of jumping through all the hoops. Like you have to apply for permission if you're anywhere near an airport. So yeah, size of the drones matter. It's about the most complicated thing to figure out. That I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's the problem is that we have our stuff with us all this time. So it's not like we can say, oh, we're going to such and such country and they don't allow drones. We'll just leave it at home. Well, we can't do that. And you don't know which countries will actually just take it away from you and which countries will will store it for you, in a storeroom or whatever. So that's a big problem too. And sometimes you don't know until you go there.
yeah, and yeah, Robert's saying drones not allowed in New York City. Yeah, I believe that.
There's actually, there's most places in the U.S. that you can't fly drones anyways, yeah.
The other thing that I've really realized after having a drone, so I took a drone to Norway, and it was like, this is the best place to take a drone. So I think it's legal there, but so we did this hike up in Senja, Norway, and it was amazing. We were the only people up on top of this mountain. Probably nobody within 3 miles of us. It's super remote place. There's a video on our other channel. Like we were driving through tunnels that were like under construction to get
a one-way tunnel under construction. Oh, by the way, is the profile pic on our Grounded Life travel channel, our main channel, is of us on that mountaintop.
Yeah, so look up Mount Heston hike sometime on Google. Anyway, took a drone up there, flew the drone. It was amazing. Had an amazing time, and then we came back down, and I realized I didn't get the pictures I wanted with my camera, and I'm a photographer, and so I realized I can't do both. I can't do the drone and a time lapse and photography. So I realized when I was trying to do the drone and photography, I was getting like half at both of them, and I needed to pick one, so I also gave up the drone so I could focus on the photography. That was another reason that we gave up.
Yeah, and Deborah, who asked the hotel? Oh, Deborah asked if we've ever done, if I've ever done, what do I pack in my suitcase? I think there's a video on this channel. Is it on this channel? I can't remember.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Yes.
We filmed it here.
It is on
this 5 months ago.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. It is. It's on this channel. If you go back, you should find it here on Ground Life Finances.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert, do you have a net to catch the drones? Scotland was an amazing place to fly a drone. We had a great time there.
Yeah.
They did not have any restrictions when we were there. That was 2019 though. They probably do now, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
Fjords of Norway versus Alaska. I would take Norway.
I would say Norway for sure. Yeah.
Sad, but
Almost don't even have to think about it. And we adore Alaska. It's so beautiful. We actually were there last year. We just posted a video actually on our train channel of our train trip in Alaska, and it was actually pretty amazing. It's beautiful, but I think that's definitely Norway.
yeah, Joe, you got to get good to do that drone. The scariest one I ever did was we were in Scotland, and we were at the what's the name of that castle?
Oh,
Elian Donnan Castle, and I was flying a drone there at sunset, and I was like skimming the drone like 2 feet over the water, like towards the castle, and then like I was flying the drone, and I had to pull up, and I had like this brain freeze, and I couldn't remember if I needed to push up or down to make the drone go up, and obviously if I pushed the wrong one, it was going in the water, and so I was like, it was so terrifying. And then I was like, I think it's this way. And I pulled it and I saw it go up and I was like, oh, thank you. It was like terrifying. Terrifying.
Not to mention that I walked away to go get something. I came back and he was completely covered in midges.
Oh, yeah. That was
If
terrible.
you're familiar with what those are, see, he's getting itchy just thinking about it. I came back and he looked like he had the measles. He was completely like little red dots. I thought, what the heck happened to you while I was gone? He's like, what are you talking about? He didn't even realize it because he was so concentrated flying that drone. He didn't realize he was completely getting the life sucked out of him by the midgets in Scotland.
Yeah, that's serious business there. Thank you, Ty. Well, welcome to the channel. Yeah, we sold our house and quit our jobs in 2018, right? They're asking when we left.
Yes, it's so exactly 1 year after our second child left home.
How far ahead did we plan it? They're asking.
Oh,
Pretty far. We've been
Yeah.
talking about it for 4 or 5 years before that, but nothing really concrete. And
yeah. And then at the end, instead of leaving right when the kids left, we waited a year in case they needed anything or whatever. We just stayed for a year, and then we were like, all right, that's it, we're done.
yeah. So
We're moving on.
let's see. How difficult is it to get a 60-day extension?
A 60-day extension? I don't think
You can get a
that's-
30-day
Yeah.
very easily.
60, no.
30-day extension.
You have to do that outside the country.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate that. We wish we'd started YouTube 10 years ago. Honestly, we wish we had because we should have. And it was weird because we were taking cruises back then. And then we were just like, I was like, man, if we'd have started back then. And actually our daughter was filming when she was little, she liked to film. And she had footage of all the cruises we took as a family when they were young, and we were just like, why would we ever put it? Why would we ever put it on YouTube? We're not YouTubers. And then, what happened? We should have started it.
Yeah, she was the original family YouTuber.
Yeah.
She did. She actually had one of the very first GoPros that came out way back in the day. She was maybe, I don't know, 9. I don't remember how old she was,
Yeah.
but they loved cruises from when they were real little. When we took them on their first one, they loved it so much that we just kept doing them. That was an easy family vacation. It was pretty affordable for a family of 4 that wasn't looking to, go into debt to go on vacation. It was just everything we could pay for. So yeah, she was the original YouTuber, which she now, funny enough, is an actual YouTuber because she has a book YouTube channel. She's a voracious reader. So I think, do we have a link to her channel?
We do. It's in the description of this
Yep.
video, her channel link. A lot of you have went and checked her out, which she
yay.
appreciates. We appreciate. She is on the march to 500 subscribers. So if you want
So
to help
if you
her
like
get
to
there,
read, if you're thinking about reading, or if you read and want to hear all about her reviews and all her book-related antics, then check her channel out. Her name is Alexa.
yeah, she's doing really well because it's actually a lot harder for 20-year-olds to get going on YouTube than 40, 50, 60-year-olds. So
Yeah, well, and her editing is even better than ours because she
Yeah.
actually went to college for that, so, which is why she lives in LA now.
thank you, Ted. We appreciate that. He says he's a finance guy and our style has been an inspiration to him. Genuine quality and looking forward to joining our courses. Thank you. Oh, I did want to say if there is a bundle of if anyone wants to do the 2 courses, there is a bundle pack and you can get both of them for a discount as well. So I don't think I mentioned that earlier.
There was
How-
too much information to throw
There
in
was
here
a lot
today.
of, how easy or difficult learning is it to learn video editing as a question?
Well, if you're just learning with no guidance, it's challenging. But actually in our YouTube course, I'm actually the person who edits all of our videos. Rob does all the other incredible things that you see around it, but I actually edit the videos and I literally walk you through every single step of editing a video in the YouTube course. That's one of the modules. So, it's not easy if you're just doing it from scratch and just figuring it out by yourself, but if somebody's walking you through it, then it is much, much easier.
Yeah, Shane, I'll put the bundle info in this after the live stream is over. But if you click on, like, when you go to one of the pages, there should be a link at the top that says, like, all products. If you click that, then you'll see the bundle should show up there. But I should have put a link to that. So I will do that. But if you click all products when you're on one of the pages, it should work. So good question. Thank you.
Meetups and group trips and stuff are all going to be in the community for the Retirement Travel Jumpstart course.
Yeah, living, working outside the box, which I love your support on the videos. You comment on almost every video. I appreciate it. When I read those, I see
You are a stalwart.
I like when I see living, working outside the box. That's great. Will you ever go back to just a backpack and carry on only? And no, because if you go back to the video on this channel where we did the packing video, it was like 5 months ago, and you see what's in my backpack, it is completely 100% electronics. I have an Xbox, which I'm not giving up. Like an actual big Xbox with me. Right now I have 2 computers. Unfortunately, I'm getting rid of one here. I have a camera, 2 lenses, and then I have like tons of cables because you never know what cable you're gonna need. So yeah, my entire, I wouldn't have anything. I just have electronics. If I can only have a backpack.
Mine is only half electronics, but you have like your big camera, big lenses, all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, if you ever see Rob at the airport going through security, for the love of all things, do not get in line behind him because they will take every single item out of his bag and search it. The toughest security was in Japan. They literally removed like cord by cord and scanning it through. I mean, let me tell you, nothing is getting through. And this was just to, to get on the plane. This wasn't even getting into the country, but it was wild how intense it was going through his stuff. And he was like, oh, I have to pack my entire bag again. At least they had someplace where he could do it. And we totally understand, obviously, the safety behind that. Because it is the most questionable looking bag. I'm sure the person behind the screen was like, what in the world is this?
Yeah, I get a lot of comments.
People just look and they're like, oh crap, I got stuck behind the technology guy.
Let's see. You two are so creative. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, we would love to have a coffee with you too. From Canada. Hey, we spent was it 2 years ago? It was 2023 December. We spent a month and a half, I think, in Edmonton for the winter, and it was really cold. But we
And it
loved
was actually during the Arctic blast that they had, and we just loved it so much. It was so fun. The people in Edmonton were super, super, super nice. We went to a ton of hockey games, which let me tell you, and by the ways, we became, kind of like byproduct or whatever,
Yeah.
Edmonton Oilers fans since being there. We're sad that they did not win the Stanley Cup, unfortunately. But we became fans of the team because we went to so many games and just really enjoyed our time in Canada. And we've been obviously to all across Canada, but we did enjoy Edmonton.
I was reading Monica's question. What are the details of the ladies? It was a voice chat, though, a voice text. The real question is, what are the details of the new course?
Oh, I thought the ladies. What
I was
does
like,
that
the
mean?
ladies, what does that mean?
Nice one, Monica.
The details of the course are, that was good. It's called Retirement Travel Jumpstart, and it's basically everything we've learned over the last 6 years, every mistake we've made, everything we wished we knew, everything we found out the hard way, all the contacts we've made, all the people that can help us get out of tight situations, all that is in there. And then we're going to do monthly live chats because we know that people can't really ask specific questions about their life here, but they're going to be able to do it there in a private,
In a more private manner.
setting. It's a group chat, but more private setting and answers to specific questions because we get asked a lot like this questions. People ask like, well, what do you do for this? And really, what we do for this is irrelevant because the real question is what should you do for this? Because you may not have our exact situation. You may not be from America. You may not be our age. You may not. A million things could be different. You may not have the same kids status. So the question really needs to be answered is what should you do in any given situation? So that's what we want to try to help rather than just spout off what we do. We want to help you figure out what you should do. And so that's why we're taking that route with that one.
Yes, and I think somebody was asking about if you've already purchased one course. If you've purchased the YouTube course, there is a discount code for you in your YouTube course that we've added. It's going to be all the way at the bottom under, what is it called? Coupons?
It's on
maybe?
coupons, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in there
Yeah.
at the very bottom.
We'll check
I'll
after
check it
this and
afterwards.
make sure, but that's where it's going to be. If you want to purchase this one, you'll get a discount. Or if you want to purchase both, you're deciding just now that you want to do both, then there is a bundle, so make sure you get that one instead, just to save yourself the trouble.
HJ Dreams asking, will the spreadsheet you've shared before, the spreadsheet is in there right now, our budget. It is not written out for each country yet though. But we're going to be adding all kinds of tools like credit card, spreadsheets, any tool we use, we're going to be putting in there.
We're
to
canning it all to you guys too in the
help
course. So we
people.
will be adding more than what's already on there.
Oak Park is asking, how do you find the courses? There is a link in the description to the 2 courses of this video, but if you want to find the bundle, you do have to hit all products once you get on one of those pages, and you should be able to find it. And yes, hockey players missing a lot of teeth. Yeah, I played hockey in high school, and I have a couple chips. I have a big
He
scar
has
under here
a
too.
couple of things going on there. Yeah, he does have a. You can't see it because it's almost underneath. It's right under here.
Yeah, it's kind of a rough sport, but it's it's fun. I'm happy to play it.
It was fun. Our daughter actually came. She gave up sunny California and came and stayed with us for a week, and she actually had a blast. And that was actually the first time you could actually play hockey with one of the kids because they actually had this outdoor ice wonderland park thing set up, and they had a free ice hockey rink and it was right next to the Oiler Stadium. They had all kinds of fun stuff. We put videos and stuff up of our time there, but it was super fun.
Asim, so he's asking if we do one-on-one consultations on retiring early. So we don't, and mostly because of the time zone we're in, it's really hard for us to do it, and we have a lot of people asking us that. So that's why with the course, we're gonna do the monthly chat with people just like you that are in there, because we want to give you that. It's going to be in more of a group setting, but we want to give you that personal, answer your questions, and that's how we're doing that. Because unfortunately, with us being in Thailand and Tokyo, like it's what time is it now? This is better than Japan. It's midnight right now, but in Japan it was like 1:30 in the morning.
It's actually better time here.
Yeah, and it was getting, it got really, we had to stop. That's why we stopped for a few months, because it was just too late.
Yeah, it was way too late.
But yeah, so we haven't done them, but then we're also going to be doing the meetups and hopefully a trip every year that people can come on, which will be like 7 days, and there'll just be plenty of time to talk through personal situations in those settings, which is, it's way easier to do it like that anyway. So that's kind of how we do it. Can you do more card and point videos, or maybe even a course build out? So those are all in the course. All the point videos, all the credit cards, every single one is covered in the Retirement Travel Jumpstart course. There's a ton, everything we know about points is in there.
Yeah, with some specific cards that are geared towards this lifestyle.
Yeah. Let's see. David's asking, there is a sign-up offer on IHG for 5 nights, 60,000 points a night. Ooh, that's pretty high, 60,000. That's pretty good. One time I did the 4 nights IHG. So if you don't know, when you get a credit card, they have a welcome offer. They'll either give you like points, like they usually give you 140,000 points, or they might give you 4 40,000 point certificates. And David's saying there's a 60,000 point certificate right now, which is pretty good. But I got the 4 nights for 40,000 points, and I didn't like that I did that afterwards. She took the points because you have, like, we don't normally stay at places in Asia. It's hard to even find one that's 40,000 points. They're mostly more like 15, 20,000 points. And so if you use one of those, you lose the remainder, and you can only get 4 nights for your 4 certificates. Whereas in Manila, we did 16 nights at 10,000 points. So 160,000 points would have got you 16 nights. Now, if you're going to redeem them in the U.S., it's probably better to take the free nights, because everything's going to be 40 or 50,000. Ted, your daughter and I are going to Japan in mid-August. Oh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
That
We're gonna
is
have a great time.
Probably our favorite place.
One of our favorites.
Thank you, Robert. Good to have you on here tonight. Appreciate it. Are you still in Manila? Oh, we're in Bangkok. And yeah.
We're actually here for the next couple of months, and from here we're headed straight to the U.S. We'll be landing in L.A., and we already have a chauffeur booked. I gave birth to her personally. Our daughter will be picking us up there.
Yeah. So we do hoard the points. Ice skating rinks in Bangkok. There's one in the mall.
There's actually one in Central World. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the greatest though for skating.
I think we used it. I think
did.
Alexa and I
Alexa.
skated on it. Yeah. You know what it does? It's kind of warm, so like the ice is very soft. If you've skated a lot, the ice is soft, and there was like wet spots, but
and they were actually going around quite a bit with that little squeegee thing.
It's warm,
but it's
for
warm
a mall.
here.
For a mall, it's pretty good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was really fun. So that definitely something I would recommend, because like where else can you do that? The other thing is like skiing in Dubai. There's an indoor ski place there. Yeah. So I think, do we have one more thing we want to talk about here? Yeah, we had one more mistake we made that we're going to go over, which was just that, if you prepay Airbnb, you can do it on there where you get 48 hours to cancel, or you get like up until a month before. We try to avoid the 48-hour ones because there have been a couple times where we have had to cancel for various reasons. And it's a mistake if you, like right now, if you book out your whole year with unrefundable lodging, that's probably a mistake because you really want to stay flexible, even on hotels. That's another reason we love the points, because they can be canceled.
Yeah, it's really nice. You can rearrange or cancel, or sometimes, what happens is we go in and look and like there's some kind of sale, or you can get them for less for some reason. So it's always great to book it with the points, because then, we can always cancel or switch the dates or get a better deal, which does happen from time to time.
Yeah. Asim, we will be doing if there's people in Bangkok, we will be doing a meetup in Bangkok while we're here with the course in the community. So check that out. Let's see. We'll take a couple more here before it's a little after midnight here, so we'll go soon and get some sleep.
Almost time for bed for me.
Seems like you guys are posting more often. Are you posting more?
Are we? Posting?
On Instagram?
You mean like on social media? Oh, I felt like I was posting less, which I feel bad because we have been moving around so quickly this last month, we've been moving around a lot faster than we normally do. So I felt like I was posting less, so I'm glad people don't think that I was posting less. I'm trying to post more is what I'm trying to do. So hopefully you guys are seeing that. If you interact with the posts too, sometimes if you interact with them, like if you either like it or comment on it, then it brings it into your feed. Those algorithms on social media are so challenging that it just makes it really hard. Even within like groups, which is why we don't have Facebook groups, because there's so many problems that come with those, and it's so hard to get everything figured out. So,
Ted, you don't want to know how many of those 7-Eleven meals I ate in the last 3 months. It was a lot. My favorite is the egg and chicken sandwich. If you've been in there, you know which one that is. Think of me when you get that, because that was like my lunch. many days.
I liked an interesting one, and people thought that I was weird for this, but I love tuna fish. And so I would get the one that's a half of a tuna fish sandwich and a half of an egg sandwich. That was my absolute favorite. But apparently a lot of other people really liked it too, because that's usually the first one that they would run out of. As my backup, I would either get the tuna or the all egg, but I liked the half and half.
Yeah, Robert, consistency, definitely the key. We see people, especially starting out. I love the donuts at that 7-Eleven too.
Oh yeah, but we had to just say that's it, no more. That's enough.
Dried fruit.
We had to switch to fruit. Well, I always get my blueberries. If you've ever seen my grocery haul videos, I always get blueberries. Like literally in every single country we've ever been to, I think I've eaten blueberries in every single one. The most expensive ones I ever bought were, not surprisingly, in Iceland.
Yeah. I bought a blender here in Bangkok yesterday.
It's in the kitchen over there behind me.
Now I'm on a strict fruit diet.
No, you're not.
We'll see how long that lasts. A day. I did see they have Taco Bell on sale though. So.
We're not kidding, Taco Bell.
Okay. Well, fruit and Taco Bell.
You guys help me. He's completely off the rails.
I'm going to see how much weight I can lose on fruit and Taco Bell. So, let's see. I think it'll work. So, let's see. My eyes are getting
I'm glad
blurry.
other people like tuna. Yes. Thank you.
No. Chicken and egg at 7-Eleven. See. It's getting hard to read this. It's getting so late.
There's so many of them. Our friend Maurice is on here.
Hey, Maurice.
Hey, Mo. how are you? I'm so glad to see you on here. Maurice is actually a conductor on Amtrak, and he's our favorite. He actually would chat with us a lot when we were over on our Grounded Life Travel when we do our lives on there. But so glad to see you on here, Mo.
Yeah, and we got to do a meetup with Maurice in the big city, and he took us on a walking tour and to an awesome diner.
Yeah,
That
and
was
I'll tell
awesome.
you what though, Maurice, we didn't tell you this on that day, but you're a really fast walker.
We were like, we're out of shape.
We were fighting for our lives trying to keep up with you. We got to the restaurant and we were like, oh, thank goodness we could sit down and take a break for a minute. It felt like you were jogging. But we had a great meetup with Maurice in New York City.
Yeah, he's in good shape. Yeah, no Taco Bell in the blender. I
No.
did think about putting potatoes in there last night, though. That would not have worked. Do they have big gulps? I don't know.
Big gulps, no, they don't. Actually, I'm assuming they're talking about the ones in Japan.
7-Eleven.
The 7-Elevens there, no. What they have is you can buy, it comes in like a cup like this. It's a little bit smaller, probably about this big. And it comes with just frozen fruit. You buy it out of the little freezer section. Pull it out of the freezer section, and it's just a cup filled with just cut up fruit, different variations of smoothies, what you would put in a smoothie. You pay for it, and then you take it to, after you pay for it, they have a machine, and the cup has a barcode, and you scan the barcode, and then put it in the machine, and the machine does all the work. It blends it into a smoothie for you. When you're done, you pull it out of the thing, you put the little lid on, and you walk right out the door and enjoy your smoothie.
It's good.
It's
And
amazing.
Maurice says now I pronounce accelerate. Because he used to pronounce it. How did I used to say it?
I think you used to, Acela. I
Acela.
think,
And
yeah.
there's a reason for that though. Is that I don't know if I ever told you, but I was a photographer and we used to have a modeling business, and one of the models that we worked with, her name was Isela. And so that was what I was used to saying, and I would see that name and say that, but
He would mix it.
it never occurred to me that it was Acela. But I think that's right, Acela.
Acela is correct.
Now I know. But I say Acela.
Maurice helped set us straight.
Yeah. So that was the reason. So yeah, well, it is getting late, so we're gonna log off here and go to bed, and we're gonna go.
Yeah.
We got some cool things planned for this week.
Yes.
We are, like we said, there's a couple people here we're meeting up with. We'll see what happens.
And we have
there.
friends who live here, so
We're gonna
we'll be
go-
doing all kinds of fun stuff. But are we live next week?
Yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah,
live next
let's
week.
do it. We'll
And-
hopefully figure out. I don't know why this locked, and I didn't know how to unlock it. It said my screen tilt was locked, and I couldn't unlock it, and I didn't want to stop it like we did last week and start it over again. So thanks for putting up with us in the vertical direction today.
Or
And
maybe you liked it if you're on a
yeah,
phone.
maybe you liked it.
If you're on a
you were
computer,
your
you
phone.
probably didn't like it.
If you're not watching this on your phone, you're probably really hating this right now. Or maybe you like it because we're much smaller and you can only see half of our faces. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, lots of great stuff. Do not forget, if you're going to buy the IHG points, go ahead and click the link down below, especially because they apparently didn't send the email to everybody, because I got it, but Rob did not get
didn't.
it. So if you're gonna buy points, do that. If you are interested in the course or courses, check those out. Link again is in the description. I think Rob's gonna make some adjustments when we're done here. What
I'll
else?
put the bundle in the link too.
If you want to subscribe to our daughter's YouTube channel, that's down there also. All kinds of stuff down there. There's lots and lots of links. If you need stuff, it's probably down there. So go check that out. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll still be in Bangkok, thankfully, next week. So we will see you guys again this week. So good night from here, and I think have a great day for the rest of you.
Yeah, have a great day.
I don't think
Good
anybody
night.
else is going to bed. So have a great day, guys, and we'll see you next week. All right, I don't know how I can end this. Oh, this way.
Right there.